Hey fellow vault dwellers, it's time! Welcome to Ohio. The Burning Springs update is being deployed right now, and we do have patch notes. Update highlights: bounty hunting. Grab your duster, cowboy hat, and your favorite weapon because it's time for some bounty hunting. Explore Burning Springs. Cross Point Pleasant Bridge to enter a new land of rust and blood. Explore our largest map expansion yet. An audience with the king. Prove yourself to the Rust King, the ruthless ruler of Burning Springs, in the start of a whole new storyline for Fallout 76. New public events. Participate in 2 new public events, Gearing Up and Sinkhole Solutions. A rad new pet. Bring home a new friend from the wasteland, a rat hog. Season 23, Blood and Rust, a season for the Raiders. Update version and size, relatively big, around 30 to 40 gigabytes, because yeah, it's a huge map expansion, expected to be big. A new region of the map is opening for those with enough grit to cross Point Pleasant Bridge. It's time for you to travel westward towards Burning Springs, taking place in rural Ohio. This is our largest map expansion to Fallout 76 yet. Become one of the meanest bounty hunters around, as the Burning Springs update introduces bounty hunting to your Fallout 76 experience. A major new piece of content here to give you the opportunity to find and eliminate some of the area's largest threats. We are extremely excited to share that the ghoul from the Fallout TV show on Amazon Prime will be joining us in Burning Springs, voiced by Walton Goggins himself. The ghoul will be your guide in all things bounty hunting. That's the ghoul. It's coming. The main questline for Burning Springs is just the start of your story in this new region, planned as the beginning chapter for a story that spans multiple updates. This quest works as an introduction to characters that you will end up spending more time with down the line. With a new questline for you to complete, 2 new public events, the introduction of bounty hunting, plus a load of additional content, including new fish and local legend to catch. Burning Springs is our largest update since Wastelanders back in 2020. Welcome to Ohio. Burning Springs, a region of southeastern Ohio, rocked not only by the nuclear destruction of the bombs dropping, but also the environmental poisoning from the local abraxodine chemical plant. The area is now a desolate and barren wasteland with poisonous water and a dust storm coating everything in a toxin known as rust. Who would ever want to call this land home? The Rust King is who would, a super mutant with just as much brains as Brune. The Rust King is the unrelenting and unforgiving ruler of Burning Springs. He has twisted the land into his cruel kingdom where the only rule is might makes right. Players will cross paths with this monstrous monarch during the new questline. He will task the player with proving their worth and braving the wilds of his wasteland. While barren, Burning Springs still holds pockets of life. Highway Town serves as a pit stop for the last of humanity. Built on a section of elevated highway, players will be able to rest and resupply here. Highway Town serves as the region's new social hub and a last resort for survivors. Speaking of which, the last resort saloon at the end of town also serves up bounty hunt contracts. Once you unlock the location, you will be able to fast travel directly to the saloon for maximum bounty hunt efficiency. You can wander into Burning Springs by crossing the bridge in Point Pleasant. The questline can be started by tuning into the Ohio distress signal once they've reached level 30. Bounty hunting. Mosey down to the last resort saloon in Highway Town if you are looking to put your gun to work. The ghoul has set up shop there, providing piles of bounties to plunder. To start a grand hunt, just pick up one of the posters of the table. There's plenty to go around, so you can repeat this activity to your heart's content. Each time you start a grand hunt, a random location in Burning Springs will be chosen, and a mutation will be applied to your target. Watch out though, because these mutations are contagious. Enemies near your target will also benefit from the effects of the mutation. Plan accordingly to take out your target without getting overwhelmed. Adjust your build to counteract their mutation, or just go for the classic stealth approach. And I do have a build already for that if you're interested. If you are lucky, a Grand Hunt target might drop a premium bounty poster. This will allow you to start a headhunt, an extra challenging bounty hunt in the form of a public event. Note, these are granted through the quest rewards and not found on the body itself. As well, the headhunt is like a boss type of public event, like Scourge's Queen is, so everyone from the server will join. Just place your poster on the bounty board outside of the saloon to send the word wide. All players on the server will be alerted to show up to your aid when you do. Only one headhunt can be active at a time, though, so be sure to join in any activities once before trying to start your own. The good news here, there is no cooldown, so as soon as one ends, you can start yours and they can go continuously on the server, if enough people wants to start them. There's dozens of unique headhunt targets across a handful of locations. Each has a unique loadout and possess protecting them, some with pretty wild and weird skills too. If you've got an itchy trigger finger and caps to spare, the ghoul would be more than happy to part with a premium poster for the right price of 5k caps. Players will be able to track which headhunts they've completed from their challenges and earn a variety of unique rewards for doing so. Speaking of loot, bounty hunting is primed to be the premier path for legendary item hunters. Grand Hunt targets will initially appear as 1-star legendary enemies. As you complete more, they will eventually make their way towards 2 and 3-star. Headhunt targets will always appear as 3-star legendaries and are flanked by a pair of 2-star pose members. But, most importantly, headhunts have a chance to drop items with new 1, 2, and 3-star legendary effects. Some of these will offer special bonuses for ghoul or human players. New legendary modes, and here's the list. Exclusive to bounty hunting. So, you need to do bounty hunting if you want them. New 1-star, Feral. Kills make you more feral. Very handy if you want to switch between feral and regular ghoul. Snipers for ranged weapons. Gain 120% bonus damage to weak points while aiming down sights. Not sure if they all updated the values from in here on the public test server are accurate. We'll see when the update drops. I will read as it is. Adrenal. Plus 10% damage per kill while on a kill streak. For weapon. Adrenal for armor. Plus 10% damage resistance while on a kill streak. And it says percentage. It should be plus 10 to damage and energy resistance. Okay, there are typos for sure. I would not go 100% by what it says. That doesn't make complete sense. You could go back and check my video when I was reviewing those legendary effects. It's probably more accurate from the public test server than what we see in here. But there is as well Lucid on weapon increases damage. On armor serves as equivalent of Overeaters. New 2-star mods. Pickpocketers, that's only for melee, but enemies will drop a little bit of caps when you kill them. Painkiller for armor to get health regeneration when on a kill streak. Rushing on armor, AP regeneration for kill streak. Not very powerful, those two. Elementalist, plus 5 to all resistances. Flat, all the time. That's quite interesting one. Fierce, only regular armor. 45 limb resistance while on kill streak. I don't see use case for this one. New 3-star, glowing. Kills grant a small amount of rats for ghouls. That's really handy. Healthy for armor. Max health increased by 20 up to 100. So this is really good. That's one of the new mods I'm looking forward. I mean, all 3 stars, almost all 3 stars are good. Reflex, 2% evade chance per piece, up to 10% when full set is applied. Active on armor, max AP is increased by 20, 100 at full set, another very interesting one for stealth builds. And Barbarian for melee, 1 strength per kill while on a kill streak, up to plus 10 strength. New public events, and there is a quick description for them. I did just recently, yesterday, upload guides for both, so if you want to see how they go and what to do, I will skip reading here for gearing up and single solutions, so I just showcased that all today in the video. Feel free to watch it. Those are basically 2 new events, cool ones. Additional content, there is more fish, so yes, new legendary, new fish, regional ones are being added. Side quest Dirty Laundry when we are acquiring Intel, Abraxodine, Intel briefcases, and I will be doing that live with help of viewers to hopefully find them all. Hopefully they fix the bug, preventing us from collecting last 3. So hopefully that's fixed. There is 151 total, and we need 150 to unlock all the rewards related to them. And we need, I think, 80 or 90 to complete the side quest Dirty Laundry. So side quest complete before you get all the rewards for 150. Body new character that we'll be talking about with this side quest. Blood and Rust Season 23 is dropping. All rewards were already presented, so I did comment on them in the video, and they're on the followed website as well, if you're interested in season rewards. Closing of Milepost 0. So yeah, Milepost 0 is saying goodbye. And now where will you find the plans? In Highway Town for most stuff, including Vault 63 laser carbine. There are 3 vendors in Highway Town that are selling plans related to caravans. And that's listed here, but you'll just go there. That's long story short. And there is 2k gold bullion compensation for everyone who did caravans when they were alive. That's why I was reminding everyone to keep room. I don't know what happens if you are at 10k gold bullion and update drops. Will the gold bullion just disappear, or you will have a chance to spend gold bullion first? Hopefully you will. We'll see. New camp pet supposed to drop in Atomic Shop today based on what they say here. So that's cool. Rat Hook, the camp pet that you are able to see in my public the server videos. The cool one. The cool pet. For, of course, the Raider themed camp. It's not a cute pet. It's not a cute type of pet. New seasonal weapon, Dom Pedro. I did a full review if you are looking for the best possible modifications and how to use the Dom Pedro, so full guide is live. But yes, new hand cannon is coming, and it's really fun to use. Emote will changes. Whether you are hitting your favorite emote at the wandering traveler passing by in the hulking power armor skin, or trying to convince a level 30 Vault wearer to pick up the loot you just dropped for them, emoting is core to the Appalachian way of living. In the Burning Springs update, we are reorganizing emotes so that more emotes can be equipped at once. We are doing this by introducing 2 new categories, social and performance, removing the follow me and team up categories and placing most of the emotes into help and social, reorganizing the emotes in the miscellaneous so that more of them live in more appropriate categories like performance and taunt. With the work done here, you can now equip all your favorite emotes at once with little to no need to go into the Atomic Shop to swap them in and out. That's handy change. Gleaming Depths, the raid. Almost a year after its introduction, Gleaming Depths has proved to be an excellent place for players looking for an endgame challenge to push themselves and their builds to the limit. We are introducing a new weekly challenge for Gleaming Depths that can be completed by working through all stages of the raid. Your reward for doing so will be a 4-star legendary cache that contains a 4-star armor, power armor, melee weapon, and a range weapon. To go along with this new weekly challenge, we are also redistributing the raid rewards so that the further you progress in Gleaming Depths, the more enticing the rewards will be. We know this may cause some disruption to your local EN06 farming group, and you can still farm him for experience. But it was never our intention to have one phase of the raiding experience be the source of some of the most coveted rewards in the game. In this update, we are also fixing numerous bugs and introducing quality of life improvements to make the raiding experience smoother for everyone. And we'll be testing that as soon as this update drops live, as I do plan to farm experience in there. Combat. Combat in Appalachia has experienced a lot of changes since the Skyline Valley update was released last year. For Burning Springs, we are slowing things down to see how it all settles. We are making a few more adjustments to VATS to address the feedback we've received after the Fallout 76 camp revamp update. All in all, you should experience far less instance of VATS chance to hit fluctuations and targeting issues. So it's a buff to VATS now. Fix cryo slow being applied to players who aren't in PvP. Fix an issue where hack and slash could damage players outside of PvP. Camp fixes. All items from the Mischief Knight rewards now appear in the build menu. Build budget of various items have been adjusted. Fix an issue which could cause the store scrap button to not work when pressing by the player. Strogo decoration plans are now known by default for players. Fix issue where camped interact prompt could sometimes display near the camp when it shouldn't. The Bad Plushie reward from Mischief Knight should now face forward in all displays when placed. The old Glory fireplace is now buildable. Remove noticeable seams with the Haunted Mansion prefab. Fix an issue which could cause some items to not appear correctly in the new tab of the build menu. Chems from the Fallout First Aid box can now be used to build chem objects. Fix an issue that prevented objects from being moved vertically while building in precision mode. Fix an issue with the Morse code poster. Pet collar apparel can now be scrapped, and no, I'm not able to read the Morse code. Events. Feral ghouls will no longer get stuck on the roof access door during Feed the People. Gameplay. Switching the equip grenade will no longer reset the heavy gunner perk stack. Fix an issue where the cryolator wasn't counting as a valid weapon for challenges requiring an automatic weapon. Zetan drones are no longer susceptible to the bleed dot. Uranium extractors in the Uranium Fever event are no longer susceptible to bleed dot. Fix an issue which could cause small miners during the event Uranium Fever to appear initially neutral to the player. Address an issue where enemy turrets in the pit weren't hostile to the player. Camp Liberty. The glowing Yaogwai in this location now correctly counts towards killer glowing creature challenges. Fix an issue where anglers were considered Miluks for a few challenges. The satiated legendary emote now correctly states that it works for human characters only. Fix an issue that prevented floating markers from appearing on targets marked with a recon scope. Fix an issue which allows players to add too many players to a raid instance. Fix an issue that prevented players from fast traveling from expedition zones to Appalachia while over-encumbered. Fix an issue that caused the Assaultrons to spam their head laser attack. And couple of perks changes. Ghoul-related perk card restrictions will now be updated in the perks menu upon changing into a ghoul without needing to exit the server. Fix an issue that caused 0 unused points to appear above full special categories in the perks menu. Aunt perks now appear as intended after exiting and re-entering the perk screen. Curator and Good with Salt now display the correct background in the perk card machine. Bullet Shield removed rank 4, so slight nerf for Bullet Shield. Bullet Storm. Switching the equip grenade will no longer reset the Heavy Gunner perk stack, which is good. By the perk stack, they mean the Bullet Storm stack. Miscellaneous. New Kashine effects won't display debugged after text now. Capacitor mods will now appear on the recon version of the weapon sold at vendors. Fix an issue that could sometimes cause an infinite loading screen when re-entering the Sanctum during the pit expedition. Fix issue where vertical camera movement is sometimes disabled while in photo mode. That's important fix. And a lot of smaller fixes in here that you can read through. I'm scrolling slowly if you need to read through them. I will just skip that and go to the quest category, and there is known issue a little bit down the line. So those are quest bugs that are being fixed. 2 quest bugs. Weapons. A little bit of weapon fixes. Fix an issue where the vampire samurai combat knife could not have its custom skins removed once applied. As you can see, mostly minor. Increase the explosion damage done by the fragmentation grenade MIRV. Explosive grenades quantity on the HUD is no longer incorrect after closing the raid's reward screen. Some other issue. Nothing dramatic here in those fixes. Workshop fixes. Some sound effects, graphical issue. UI fixes with the help menu. Newly purchased items from the Atomic Shop will now correctly appear in the new section. Hopefully it will work. I was struggling with this particular bug, that's why I'm reading that. And a bunch of other fixes, mostly smaller fixes. Slowly scrolling so you can read if you want to. And important categories here, known issues that need to be fixed later for the patch now. Blood and Rust season items not appearing under the new section of the build menu. We are aware of an issue with the Blood and Rust camp items not appearing under the new section of the build menu once claimed. The team is working towards a solution. Oh, that's a painful one. Headhunt target Cletus Brimstone is doing more damage than expected. We are aware of 2 issues with the Headhunt target Cletus Brimstone. When his fire attack is triggered on a server, players in the forest region will also be affected. Additionally, the additional enemies present are using incorrect weapons, resulting in players taking much more damage than designed. We have identified a fix for a future patch. Various Unicode characters in crafting requirements block for Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and Russian players. Missing text from some terminals, holotapes, and other interactables. Nothing about the intel, so I do hope they fix the intel and will be able to collect all 150 briefcases. And that being said, those are the patch notes. Now I'm eagerly waiting for the servers to open. Thank you a lot for watching, and see you all soon.